Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are in Ayodhyakanda chapter 3, I think. And we are doing verse number 61 or 62, something like that. And here the topic that is going on is Dasharath Ji is lying on the floor, and on one side unconscious, on the other side Kaikeyi is lying obstinate, stubborn, wanting to get her wishes fulfilled. And the wishes that she has put in front, because she had two boons. And what is the first boon? The first boon is, I want my son Bharat to become the king with the same arrangements that are at present there. It can happen incognito also. How can it happen? You put a nariyal on the throne and say that that coconut is Bharat, and you can do the coronation. So that is also possible, because from Kaikeyi Pradesh, Afghanistan, it will take quite a few days to come to Delhi, So that is how they used to do. So with the same ceremony, my son should be anointed as the crown prince. And the second boon is that he agreed. That is, you didn't have to create all this drama for all that. The second boon is, I want Sri Ram to go to the forest, and not only go to the forest, should go to the forest for 14 years. Not only go for 14 years, he should renounce all ornaments and princely clothes. He should wear bark and sannyasi clothes and then go to the forest. Hearing these words that Dasharatha was going to be separated from his darling son, he became unconscious, and it kept throughout the night, whatever the night was left, maybe 1.5 to 2 hours. And Ram, Hey Ram, Ha Ram, Ram, and sometimes he'll go into, become unconscious. Again, when he gains consciousness, again Ha Ram, Ha Ram, Ha Ram, again he'll fall unconscious, and this was going on. And in the meantime, when our Sumantra came and he asked, the king told, I want my son. So his son was brought here. Who brought him? Sumantra brought, na? Or Vashisht ji? Sumantra ji brought him. So he brought him. At that time we saw the entire Ayodhya Nagari was waiting at the gates to welcome Sri Ram, who was going to be riding the elephant with all the bestest clothes and bestest ornaments and everything. So Sri Ram everyone loved him like anything. And they are waiting for that. But here, Ramchandra ji is coming in a hurry along behind, in front of Sumantra ji on the chariot. Hello, and when you are busy, theek hai. Go straight to the palace. So imagine some कैसे होगा, कैसी हाल होगा. Suppose I come from there, outside. Everyone is waiting. Sometimes it happens. People are wanting to touch your feet, but you have to go to the toilet. Pressure. What? And you have got bladder pressure. What will you do? Okay. Okay. Keep running towards the. See, that hurry. It's not that Sri Ramji is going anywhere like that. The hurry I am talking about. That urgency. In that urgency, everyone was just not even acknowledged, because his focus is only one. My father has called me, I must get there tutsvit, straight away. And he gets there and he asks and the father looks at Ram and again falls unconscious, because he can't believe, he can't even face the eyes of Sri Ram because of the boon that he doesn't have the courage to give it to Kaikai. He doesn't have the courage to tell Ram, please go to forest for 14 years. And Sri Ram takes his head, keeps it on his lap and is caressing him, and she's saying, Mother, why is dad like this? So here she says, Putra Shabdena Chaitidha Narakatrayate Pita Ramasyoditam Shrutva Shulena Bihato Yatha 58. Vyatita Kaikeim Praha Kim Mameva Prabhashase Pitrarthe Jivitam Dase Piveyam Vishamulbanam Sitam Tyakshetha Kausalyam Rajyam Chapi Tyajamyaham Anagnaptopi Kurute Pitu Karyam Sa Uttamaha. She says the meaning of the word Putra is the one who helps the father from not going to hell. Yeah? These are the words of Kaikai, the manipulator. And she says, and when hearing these words of Kaikai, Sri Ram was anguished and hurt, as if virtually pierced by sharp pointed instruments. He has been always loving Kaikai. Kaikai has always been loving him. Suddenly, how come mother is behaving like this? Totally opposite. Totally opposite. See? Suddenly, without taking any names, just now someone told me, Swamiji, someone in India, she's flipping in the house. The husband has gone to America, the son has gone to America, and she's alone, and she has never been alone at home. Maybe she's in her late 40s or early 50s. That is the time when all the trouble happens for the ladies. And she started seeing ghosts. She started seeing people around. She started thinking that people are out to do damage to her. देखो कैकई का भी ऐसी हो गया होगा. रामचंद्र जी 16 years old. See, and they did not get kids for so long. They are all in their 40s, 50s. Kausalya is maybe in her 60s or late 50s. Dasharath ji is much more. So these things happen. These things happen in everyone's life, not only in women, men also it happens. Suddenly the mind gets fixated on some damn thing and we lose the plot of life. And by the time we realize something has gone wrong, it's too late to fix it again. One person here, but for whatever reason, anyway, it's उस type का topic. I should not give that type of example here. Anyway, you understand what is being told, okay? And Sri Ramchandra ji, who has been loved by everyone and who loves everyone, has never heard these type of words, that the job of the sons, the name son is, Putra means the one who stops father from going to hell. It means, it has a connotation that if Ram, it is in the Ram's capacity to stop father from going to hell. Why? Because you belong, before she said that you belong to a clan, pran jai par vachan na jai. You take that whatever word, this lineage of your father and your grandfather and great grandfather, whenever you take a vow, you fulfill it by giving your life also. So he's troubled. Why this type of thing? What? Anyway, so he says, oh mother, why do you talk with me like this today? He's also surprised. Why? What happened? Where did the sun rise from today? West or east or west? Why do you talk to me like this today? I can lay my life for my father, drink poison for him, so much so that I can leave, forsake even Sita, Kaushalya and the kingdom for him. That's what Kaikai wants to hear. So Ramchandra ji, also Sita ji, both of them What is this art of living? Live in this world, but do not be attached to anything. When you have lived life like that, then you can make this type of statement. This is the art. You are sitting in the satsang in your house. Are you attached to your room or things? Okay, let's take one thing. फिर देखो क्या होता है. You take the photo, okay? Someone take the Shivlinga. फिर देखते हैं कि she is attached or not.
I love to come with you.
Okay. ये हुई ना बात. So this is the art of living. Art of living is live life 100% with inspiration, with complete dispassion inside your heart. Means you are not attached to any damn thing in this creation. But your drama is going on. You are doing the correct, perfect job of a son, of husband, a brother, etc., etc., of a crown prince. Whatever job has to be done, has to be done. But inside, you are not hooked to anything. And he didn't need to say that to anyone, but here the situation demands. And therefore he is making that statement that I can give up not only Sita, not only kingdom, father, everything I can give up. These hold zero value to me in my life. When a person moves through life giving zero value to everything, yet doing what is required to be done at any given moment, what life is presenting him or her, then you are living correctly. Normally people, how do they live? I like doing this, I don't like doing this, isn't it? So no raga dvesh, no living with likes and dislikes. Life is to be lived. Whatever life is facing you, you deal with that situation in that moment. Without any likes and dislikes. If I like to get married, but I became a sannyasi, now the desire to get married is coming. Does that work? It happens. So many sannyasis you see, they give up their sannyas. My classmates have given up, 2 of them. ऐसे होता है. You commit to marriage and then you give up the marriage. You commit to, you love your parents but you give up the parents. होता है. Why? You are, for whatever reason, okay? So we have to live in this life in this manner. Then we are living healthily. If we live the opposite way, then what will happen? Think. If you live with attachment, what will happen?
Delusion.
Not delusion.
More misery.
You are telling from experience? Today one lady came. This morning we were doing the Rudram early in the morning, 6 o'clock. And this lady came. She says, I don't go out anywhere except I come here. I was waiting for the call, so I came. I just like yesterday, my 2 children came, their grandchildren came, my brother came, my other brother came, and we had a get together. I only want to be with my family. I don't want to go out to anyone. I don't want to meet other people. What is this? Attachment. And if one of them, we don't wish that to anyone, but for any reason, if that one person out of that whole grandchildren or daughter or brother or son's wife or daughter's husband were to say something which she didn't like, how will it go? How will it be taken? With resentment, isn't it? Because attached. But when you have no attachment in your heart towards any damn thing, then what will be your response? ठीक है, it's okay. Don't care. Story over. What has to be done has to be done. See, where there is attachment, there is precipitation of, what happens here where there is attachment? Impressions, memories. Where there is attachment, there is memories. Where there is attachment to something or someone, there is impressions. And what is spirituality? Removing all the impressions. Then why did you create it in the first place? Then how do you not create impressions? Samskar kaise nahi banane hain? Live like this. Live 110% in the world with dispassion in your heart. Complete detachment in your heart. No data will be downloaded from the world into your mind. No thought will be created. Because right now, if my job is to speak, this example I gave last week, if my job is to speak, just speak. But if I am speaking and I am thinking, are they understanding? Are they not understanding? Are they appreciative? Are they not appreciative? Why only so many people? Why not so many people? Why did someone eat? Why did not someone eat? Pagal ho jaunga yaar. I will go mad. Then can I ever cater to everyone's need here? It's not possible. I don't know my mind and I'm trying to understand your mind. All I can do is deal with my mind. And what is the way to deal with my mind? Keep it empty. How to keep it empty? Perform 100% every moment of your existence. And inside, be empty. No attachment. Total dispassion. Hindi mein Sanskrit word is with complete virakti. त्यागे नहीं के अमृतत्व मानुषु आता है ना, न कर्मणा न प्रजया धने न त्यागे नहीं के अमृतत्व मानुषु. The way to immortality is giving up. Giving up means detachment, dispassion, or non-attachment, vairagya. Enough of that. And he said, I can lay my life for my father, drink poison for him, so much so that I can leave even Sita for him, leave Sita, Kaushalya and the kingdom for him. That son who fulfills the desires of his father, even without receiving any express instructions from him, is considered the best among sons. So, this is what is happening in Afghanistan. Tell me why you said yes. Kai is from Afghanistan. True, she is from Afghanistan. But the mentality, what is Kai Pradesh is from there. So here she is saying that even the son who fulfills the desires of his father even without receiving any express instructions, even though the father has not given instructions, but the son is ready to carry them out. And why did I say Afghanistan? The family feuds that are going on there. Someone tells him, your father has been killed. But that family and that person had killed your great-grandfather, and someone from that family came here, did this. Now you have to take revenge. Father has not said anything. All the clans are fighting with each other like this only. Continuously, for thousands of years it's going on. It's a cursed land in that sense. But here, taking it positively, that when we are living a life of truthfulness, this is from that point. See, there, in that country, it is coming from revenge. Here we are talking it from Satya Pratishtha. That if my father has given a word, I will follow it, even if he doesn't tell me to follow it. So here it says, now we are starting from 61st verse. Ukta karoti yah putraha samadhyama udhahrutaha uktopi kurute naiva saputro mala uchyate ata karomi tat sarvam yanmamaha mata mama satyam satyam karomyeva ramo dvirna bhibhashate. That son, That son who does anything only after he receives express order from his father is considered medium. Here he is talking about Uttama Putra, best of the sons, medium son, and gone case. three. So yeah, he told the first one that even if the father has not said anything, the son should live up to the word. See, when we were studying in ashram, our teacher never told us anything like this, that you have to do what I say, this, that, never. But we know that the more you are in tune with the teacher, the more you intuitively know what he wants, what he doesn't want, what he is going to say, what he is not going to say. It automatically happens. There's no answer for it. It's just complete. You lose your identity in that. So same way, a person. So if sometimes Swamiji will just look at. I used to handle the music system, microphone. He'll look at me. ऐसे किया तो I have to increase. And sometimes his voice used to be very bad, and he'll go, I know, I have to fix something, man. Or if someone is there, if he's sitting, before he can ask for anything, water is kept for him, or whatever needs are basic requirement. You know that person's habit, so you cater according to that. It's not that he is demanding. He does not demand. But it is our, what you call, if you are Uttam Adhikari, you are the best student, you will intuit whatever his needs are beforehand and be ready. Madhyam, when you are told, then you, Swamiji, यार आज पानी नहीं रखा, sorry Swami, अभी लेके आता हूँ, अभी पानी ले आए. So this is after you have been told, you are getting. You are not getting it by your own, what you call, initiative. It's after being told. But you are ready to do it. But you have to be reminded. And who is the gone case?
Doesn't do it.
No.
Bring some
You tell him,
else on the wire.
these are, you didn't read what? Yes, abhi jata hu. He goes there. There is a Top Gun going on the TV there. This is a very good scene. Forgot the water. Watch the movie. This fellow is waiting here. Pani kab aayega? See? Gone case. Adham Adhikari. So, Uttam Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, Adham Adhikari. There is one more. Adhama Adhama. Adhama Adhama means gone case. What is that gone case? You tell him, please get me some water. He'll bring coffee. He'll do exactly the opposite. Or he'll say, I don't feel like. Karlo, he is independent to say anything, no? So this is the point that is being brought out here. That son who does anything only after he receives express orders from his father is considered medium, and that son who obeys him is like excreta, like fecal matter. He is not worthy to be called a son. Atha karomi tat sarvam yan mamaha pita mama. Therefore, whatever the father has ordered, wished me to do, I will do it straight away, without any hesitation. I shall definitely fulfill it. This is the truth. Ram never says dubious, doubtful things. He is also Satya Pratishtha. Satya Pratishtha, he is also committed to the truth. And he is saying about himself as a third person, as if he is watching himself. Ramchandraji is saying, Ram does not ever say untruth. He never says dubious or doubtful things. What I say, I stand by my word. Krishna is not like that. Krishna is totally opposite. He says, I will not pick up the weapons. Bhishmacharya says, I take a vow that you will pick up the weapon. He says, okay, I'll pick up the weapon. He picked up the weapon. Chalu hai ek number. इति राम प्रतिज्ञां सा श्रुत्वा वक्तुं प्रचक्रमे राम त्वदभिषेकार्थं संभारा संवृताश्च ये तैरेव भरतो वश्यम् अभिषेच्य प्रियो मम अपरेण वरेणाशु चीरवासा जटाधरः वनं प्रयाहि शीघ्रं त्वम् अद्यैव पितुराज्ञया चतुर्दशं समास्तत्र वसान्यत्नभोजनः एतदेव पितुस्तेद्य कार्यत्वं कर्तुमर्हसि राजा तु लज्जते वक्तुं त्वामेवं रघुनन्दन इति राम प्रतिज्ञां सा श्रुत्वा वक्तुं प्रचक्रमे राम त्वदभिषेकार्थं संभारा संभृताश्च ये. Hearing Pratignya. Pratignya is determination. Pratignya is the vow that Ramchandra ji has taken the vow that I will, even if my father doesn't say, if my father has promised you something, I will carry it out. Don't worry. That commitment he is giving. And hearing this commitment of Sri Ram, Kaikai began to say, Ramam Twadibhishekaartham Sambhara Sambrutaschye. O Ram, the necessary paraphernalia and accompaniments collected for the purpose of your anointment should be used instead for my son Bharat. She is telling Ram. She is not waiting for King Dasharath to give the orders. बोल दिया इसके लिए for this you are troubling my father. He will say now. He say, oh Bharat, this is my first boon that is to be fulfilled. Ramchandra ji is merely listening. He is not. Does Ramchandra ji react or respond? What is the difference between reaction and response?
Reaction is an impulse.
Reaction is an impulse. Good. And response is? Huh?
Reply.
No, reply is not. What is response? Impulse is what? A reaction. Response is not a reaction. If you hear all the news today in all channels, oh, this politician's reaction to this person, they don't say response. If you to go 20, 30 years ago, they used to say response. Now they only use the word reaction. Because they want masala.
Thoughtful answer.
Thoughtful answer is response. Thoughtful in what sense? It has looked at the situation from all angles and then come up intuitively with the right way to address it. Whereas impulse is थप्पड़ मारा मैं भी एक थप्पड़ मारूंगा हो गया रिस्पॉन्स रिएक्शन हो गया सीधे straight away. So this is the difference. Many people don't even know that. If you knew that, where is this fellow? Hey, Saket, you knew the difference?
Yeah.
You knew? You're smart man. You think he knows? Okay, wrong place. I'll find out. I will find out. Dad, does he know the difference?
No.
Yes,
There you go. Puss हो गया puss.
अभी रिस्पॉन्ड करना
अभी रिएक्ट नहीं करना डैडी को देख Dad, I will see you when you get home. Literally. So she talks about the first boon that with the same arrangements that is there, her son Bharat should be anointed, and the second boon, or the king has given me the second promise, and that second promise I asked you should regard it as an order from your father. See. You should regard it as still careful that if he says no, gadbad ho jayega. You should regard it as an order from your father. And what is that? Te aparena varenashu veeravasa jatadharaha. Huh? See there. And what is the order? That you should regard it as an order from your father to accept garments made from the bark of trees and make your hair into matted locks and proceed straight away to the forest, sustaining yourself only on the food which is eaten by the hermits and the saints and ascetics, and there for the next 14 years. All in one breath she tells. Ramchandra ji, inside, he's saying, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Inside, he's saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Outside, he has to do the drama.
कैंपिंग पे जा रहे हैं.
Camping पे जा रहे हैं. Just like you felt in South Island. कि यहाँ पे आके रहो यार लंबा चौड़ा. Imagine the fun of going to Himalayas. Why this desire to go to Kailash? Why this desire to go to Himalayas? Why this desire to be in the mountains, forests? Even for short period, 14 years in the lifespan of Ramchandra ji is only maybe 1 or 2 days in the total span of life.
11,000 और 13,000 दो रेफरेंस आते हैं. इतना बाद में आकर के जब पट्टाभिषेक हो गया तो उसके बाद उनके राज्य किया उन्होंने.
So what he's saying is, after being crowned, after he came back from the after killing Ravana, he ruled for 12 to 14,000 years. So in that 14 years is how much? Not even 1% of his total. This is only afterwards. What about before? So 14 years here. And maybe he was 16, 17 when he was told to leave for the forest. So 16 years plus 14 years. So it's hardly any time. When you are young, you should be thrown out of the house. Or when you are young, you should leave the house. This fellow has come now. He left the house, come to Australia. Now he has got his challenges. Some people come for... Ramchandra ji has a purpose. He has a purpose. He has to do his masters. Ramchandra ji has a purpose, which he knows but is making believe that he doesn't know, which is to kill Ravan. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He, the Lord, incarnates on the earth again and again only for this purpose, to protect the good people, the wise people, to destroy the bad, to re-establish the dharma, the sanatana dharma. This is the purpose. And for that he will come as many times as is required. See? So here it's not written that he is feeling very happy inside. I am saying all that. In here it is just straight that she says all this. Aparena varenashu chiravasa jatadaraha vanam prayahi shighram tvam Adhyaiva Piduragneya. It is the express order of your father that you should put on the bark clothes and put the jata, jata ko kya bolte hain, maine bola? Matted hair, and then eat food and subsist on the food eaten by the ascetics and hermits. And for how much long? For 14 years. See? In one breath she said, Chaturdasha samastatra vasamunyetna bhojanaha. Chaturdasha is 14 years, for the duration of 14 years. Vasamunyena bhojanaha. And you eat what the munis are eating in the jungle. Etadeva pitustedya karya tvam kartur marhasi. Etadeva pitusta. So here he says, where are we? For the next 14 years, this is the work of your father that you should do. The work of your father that you should do. Not her desire. It is the work of your father. But the king is reluctant to say these things to you himself.
चिरवासा बोल रहे हैं ना, चिरवासा।
हाँ,
तो गौमुख से भोजभाषा के चिरवासा, तो इसलिए महात्मा वहाँ पे जाकर के वास करते हैं।
चीर means long, vas means stay.
लॉन्ग, ओके
Cheer means long,
ओके ओके।
vas means stay.
चीर भी इसमें लागू नहीं। चीर मतलब कपड़ा।
Where are we? एक मिनट मेरे को देखने दो.
कपड़ा है ना? चीरवासा।
हाँ वो चीर हरण किया था।
चीर हरण
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
कहाँ पे, इसमें कहाँ पे आया?
यह है ना
पहले
फर्स्ट
श्लोक में
64 का
64 के
64
64
अपरेण वरेणाशु चीरवासा जटाला. चीरवासा यहाँ पे कपड़े हो गए ना फिर.
नहीं मेरे दिमाग में तो चिरवासा आती है ना भोजवासा से पहले, कि ऐसा नहीं महात्मा वहाँ पे जाके पहन करके ऐसे करते हैं, वो क्या?
वो चीड़ के पेड़ हैं.
ओके
वो चीड़ के पेड़ हैं वो.
ओके ओके ओके।
चीड़.
हाँ ठीक है।
इट्स नॉट चीर.
हाँ ओके
चीड़वासा.
ओके ओके।
मैं फिर क्या सोच रहा था कि चीर मैंने लंबा बोला. आई सेड ये चीर मीन्स लॉन्ग.
ऐसे कुछ चिरकाल भी आता है ना,
चिरकाल.
काल ऐसा
चिरकाल।
चिरकाल.
रस्व
रस्व है. ओके, मैं उधर गलती हो गई मेरे से. तो हियर चीर मीन्स चीर हरण मीन्स कपड़ों का हरण हो गया. कपड़ा.
पहली चीज वो दूसरी चीज।
हाँ जी।
Okay, so in this manner, this is all the work of your father and you should do, but the king is reluctant. How can that king ever say these words to his son? Shri Ram Uvacha. What is the reaction or response of Ram? Response of Ram to Kaikeyi, not to the father. भरतस्यैव राज्यं स्यात् अहं गच्छामि दण्डकान् किन्तु राजा न वक्तीह मां न जोनत्र वर्णं श्रुत्वैतद्रामवचनं दृष्ट्वा रामं पुरस्थितं प्राह राजा दशरथो दुःखितं वचः स्त्रीजितं भ्रान्तहृदयं उन्मार्गपरिवर्तिनं निगृह्य मां गृहानेदं राज्यं पापं न तद्भवेत्. He says, Shri Ram Uvacha. Uvacha spoke. Who spoke? Shri Ram. What is, and one or two people knew who has written this Adhyatma Ramayana. Our Maharishi Vedvyas has written. Tulsi Ramayana, Tulsidas ji has written. The first Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, that sage Valmiki wrote. So this is in between. Tulsi Ramayana, which was in 14th or 15th century, 15th century, and Valmiki Ramayana was over 20,000 years ago. And this is written, the essence of Ramayana from spiritual standpoint is written by Maharishi Vedyas 5,500 years ago, 5,700 something. This is the same time when Krishna Mahabharat event was going on. At that time it was written. So he says, "O mother, let Bharat, his younger son, younger brother, son of Kaikeyi, let Bharat easily or merrily enjoy the kingdom, and I am going to Dandakaranya forest immediately." Don't have to think about it. I am going straight away. I am happy that I want Bharat to become king. He is a better king. I am not interested in running the kingdom anyway. Why? Ram is not interested in running the kingdom, even though he is the eldest. Why? Because he has come to know the truth. And when you are in union with yourself after Yoga Vasishta, so he has come to know himself. And after coming to know yourself, you won't desire, hanker for power, for control, for name and fame. All these things are not there in your DNA. He's completely reformed. And therefore, he is very happy. Arey yaar, chalo, one headache gone. He is not taking it as a headache, but wise men, what is the trait of a wise people? They live with minimalism, minimalistic living. Very few things with themselves. So if we are doing satsang, we are regularly meditating, taking the name of the Lord, we say we are devotees of the Lord, then our only one treasure, what is that? The name of the Lord. Satsang. Then everything else is okay. But we are not attached to it. Ramchandraji is living in the palace. King Janak, Sita's father, he is a royal sage, Rajarshi, a wise man, realized master. But living in the palace, what his position requires, he is doing that. He is taking care of the kingdom. And in his lineage, not one, not two, not three, 14 King Janaks came. One after the other. 14. Every king in that lineage of King Janak was a realized master. And yet they continued ruling the kingdom, yet within completely detached from the kingdom. So here, but I can't understand why the king does not tell this to me directly now. That means my father does not love me. Is it that father is afraid of me to tell me that he has given such boons? This is the doubt going on. Why is the father not telling me directly these, giving me the order to do this? Son, I have given these 2 boons and I have got no choice. You have to carry these out. Why is he down on the ground in that manner? Hearing these words of Sri Ram and seeing him sitting in front of him, the anguished and miserable King Dashrath said these most regretful and contrite words. O Ram, take this kingdom forcefully from me, who am under the spell of a woman. The King Dashrath was infatuated by Kaikeyi. This is what infatuation does. You give promises which you can't live up to. He gave it in the good faith. He gave it because he appreciated her helping him in the war. But what is the rule? Whenever you are very happy, never promise anything. That is one rule. Whenever you are very sad, what you should not do? Keep your mouth shut. Don't open your mouth. Or when you are angry also, or sad also. You see? So, he says, you defeat me, you take over the kingdom from me. And what is it say? O Ram, take this kingdom forcefully from me, who am under the spell of a woman, under illusion or wrong impressions. I am the follower of unrighteousness, sinful path, and I am a sinful, unrighteous soul. By willingly tying myself in shackles, you shall not be guilty of committing any sin or misdemeanor by doing so. This is what the entire Mughal kingdom did. Every father was killed by their son. Every brother was killed by their brothers. Every possible, prospective cousin or nephew who might challenge the king, they were also killed. Some of them were killed in the womb. So we were saying, kahan pe the hum? Sleep. That sleep is a place where we are blissed out. We don't have any care for the world. We don't give. Who's this? Krishna? You're Krishna? Your name is Krishna? Your name is Krishna? He's shy. Achha. So we are totally blissed out. We don't know anything in this world in the dream. She said it correctly. We don't even know that we are sleeping also. See why? Without going into that last part, why we are? Because the world is not cluttering our mind. There are no options in the mind. There are no choices in the mind. When we live a choiceless existence, when we use the word living minimalistically, what are you doing? Living with less choices. How much time you spent selecting the chudidar and the kurta? Or your wife chose it, huh? 10 seconds, good. But every day it is different. आज ये वाला पहनूं के वो वाला पहनूं. Today this suit or that suit. This t-shirt or that t-shirt. Same cloth every day. No choice. She said, I told her, he has fed me till here. I don't have any say. No, Swamiji, eat something. I ate. Choiceless existence. And she's going to feed me again afterwards. she's got dishes there. You have not tried this, you have not tried that. See? Yeah, this is a different attitude altogether. See? So you don't clutter. If I say, why doesn't she know that I am a Swami? She should not behave like this. She should not force me with this. She should not do this. She should not do that. What have I done? I cluttered my mind with expectations, with an expected behavior. Why? I have taken a position. Take no position, man. Be zero. In deep sleep, you are zero. You don't even know you are. Can you live like that in the daily living? Be zero. Let the role that you have in society, in a job or family or whatever, let that role play. But you be zero from inside. That knack you have to develop. I shall be enjoying happiness which would be millions of times greater than Ayodhya. In this, your honor and truthfulness would be protected, the work of gods would be done, and the welfare of Kaikai would also be ascertained. Hence, O king, this is a lot of goodness and virtue in my staying in the forest. That means the decision that I have taken, that I will go to the forest and Bharat will become the next king, it is beneficial from all angles. And it's only 14 years, I'm going to come back. He said that before, no? It's only 14 years. I'll come back. After 14 years, I'll come back to Ayodhya. All you have to do is wait for some time. Now, we'll just conclude with these two verses. Idanim gantumicchami vyetu matuscha ijvaraha rujvaraha sambharachoparhiyantam abhishekartamahrutāha mataram cha samashvasya anuniya cha janakim agatya padau vanditva tavayasya sukham vanam. Now I want to depart. Gantum ichchami. Ichchami, I desire. Gantum, to go. Now I want to depart soon. Let the anguish of Mother Kaikai be calmed down. She's in all that anger that Saraswati has to go. इसमें बताया है that Saraswati came and sat on the tongue of Mandhara and Kaikai. Tulsidas ji says that? No. Same. Because the gods prayed to Saraswati, please. Because if Ramchandra ji becomes the king, then who will kill Ravan? So they were afraid. And also they wanted to be with the physical incarnation of Sri Ram. They all come down as the monkeys and whatever to help him. So let the things assembled for my anointment be kept aside. After consoling Mother Kaushalya and somehow explaining the situation to Janki Sita, I shall come back soon, and after paying obeisance at your feet, I shall proceed to the forest. So now he is taking permission from his father that whatever the boons are there, I will follow them, and now I will go and pay my respects and say goodbye to my mother Kaushalya. See, in his heart there is no hatred for Kaikai. There is no resentment, not even an iota. When there is no resentment? When does resentment come? Where there is difference, where there is a sense of otherness, where there is me versus you, their resentment will come. Their anger will come. But he's just looking at it, that this is my mother. Mother can ask anything she wants. And you have promised her, and that's okay. And added on to that, thank God I'm going away into the forest. See? So he has, without shocking his father, saying in this manner, talking diplomatically, without being very straightforward, beating around the bush and telling that I will enjoy more in the forest, I have got no problem in Bharat becoming the king, and he puts aside everything. The father, he is accepting, the king is accepting, he has got no choice. Ram is more committed to his words than his father. Father is not able to commit to his words because he is attached to his wife. And what did Ram say? I am neither attached to wife, nor to mother, nor to kingdom, nor to brothers. I am not attached to anything. When a person is able to have that disposition, you cannot hook that person into anything. You cannot make such a person react in life. We are far away from it. छोटी छोटी चीज़ों पे हम react कर लेते हैं. We'll leave it here and we'll see. I shall forthwith proceed to the forest. What happens afterwards? I think he will go to his mother and Sita, and then Sita ji also will say, I will come. Lakshman will also say, I will come. And what happens there, the story, we'll unfold it in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment.